Yo, what's up, Mayank?
Yo, what's up, Abhinav? How's it going, bro?
Good episode 007.
Yup,
Yeah,
we've got special things planned for tonight.
yeah. It's been nearly 2 months, dude. If it's 007 and we've been doing it every week.
Yeah,
Nice, man. You want to talk about a little bit about what we have planned tonight?
sure. So, hey guys, welcome back. Welcome to our weekly episode of Whiteboard Live, where Abhinav and I talk about design product. But this week, it's not just me and Abhinav. We've got designers in residence of the 10K Designers Cohort 1. A couple of them will be joining us and they'll be giving us their case studies, walkthroughs. So tonight's episode is going to be a case study showcase. So all those who are excited, drop case study OP in the comments. So
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
bro.
How's your week been otherwise? What's been up?
Week's been busy, man. A lot
Hmm.
of stuff happening at Cred.
Yeah.
A lot of things. I started editing Whiteboard Season 3.
Hmm.
So the first episode will be dropping this Monday.
Hmm.
So let's see how to go ahead from there.
Hmm. Nice. Sweet, man. Yeah, I've been. It's just so close to the next cohort. So just doing a lot of like the pre-cohort stuff,
Yeah.
like preparing for the welcome kit, coordinating T-shirts. We have a brand new design this time. Maya, can you show yours? That's not the one where the cohort two is going to be getting. This is not the one either. This is just a random T-shirt. But we're designing a brand new T-shirt for cohort two. One interesting thing that we're sort of doing is, this is what I've decided: is every single cohort we're going to have a completely different T-shirt. So there's going to be like a parallel streetwear brand running along with 10K designers, where it's going to be limited drops. So you won't be able to get that T-shirt later. And a lot of people have asked me, can we set up a store, like a merch store, where they can actually buy it? Still considering it. Let's see how that goes. But a lot of that happening, collecting T-shirt sizes. I figured out you know this, but we figured out this skills snapshot survey. This is like a new process we're doing this time,
Yeah.
where we take a snapshot of your skills at the start of the program, the middle of the program, and the end of the program. And this is like a self-evaluation chart that you can compare yourself to yourself in the past, but also to the average of the cohort. So this is super exciting because this gives you like now quantitative metrics to actually be able to track your progress. So just a lot of prep around that, man.
Also, the first cohort has officially graduated, bro. Like there was a graduation party which I kind of missed.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
tell me more about that as well.
Yeah, man, the graduation party. So we did this on Discord. We have a Discord bot. Everybody, you can add music, you can queue it up. Actually, a nice experience. Like I hadn't tried it out. Like I'd seen it on other Discord servers, but that was pretty fun, man. Yeah,
Great. So let's get our first designer in residence, bro.
yeah, man. Sure, let's go for it. So number one, we have 1 second, dude. Let me just.
So all those who've joined and are watching this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. This is a constant process that needs to be done every episode, every interview that comes on whiteboard.fm. So go for it before our first designer joins us.
So number one, we've got Anish joining us. What's up, Anish? How are you?
Hi man, how are you both?
Nice. Good, man. Dude, you want to just tell a little bit quickly about what your experience with the cohort has been, and then we'll quickly jump into your case study.
Okay, so my experience was really good. Like I have been following Abhinav since like long, not just from the cohort or from the Telegram group, but I have been following him on YouTube since long.
Hmm.
So like joining and he's mentoring me. So like that was a very big deal for me. Like so this cohort was really amazing for me. So yeah,
Nice, man. Nice.
I'll
You want to? Yeah. Yeah. What were you saying?
I was saying like I'll share more about those like once I start my screen sharing and all.
Cool.
Like
Yeah,
how it
man.
actually was. Like
Hmm.
okay, shall I
Let's jump
share now?
into it. Let's
Yeah,
go.
bro, go for it.
Yeah, just let me know.
Hmm.
Like, is it? Can you view it?
Not yet.
All right, wait a second.
How many people do we have watching, Mayank, today? I don't have the dashboard open in front of me.
We have 60 people watching us right now.
Nice, quite good.
Wait a second.
How many people do we have watching, Mayank, today? I don't
Whose
have the
mic is
dashboard. Okay. Anish, are you able to share? Cool. Is he frozen?
I think he's frozen.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. If Anish doesn't join us, then we'll get our next cohort member to join us.
Yeah. Anish, OP, come on. What are you doing? Okay, Anish is here. Yo, what's up, dude? Go ahead. Let's try that again.
Yeah. Wait a second. I don't know. While I share my screen, the Chrome is. Yeah. Now is it visible?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So this is the case study which I made. Right? So let me give you a brief idea how it started. Right? Like being a part of Cohort.
Check the mic.
Anish, why don't you bring the mic closer to you?
Yeah. Is it
Yeah.
audible now?
Yeah.
All right. So how it all started is like we were given an assignment in the cohort one to like build an e-commerce app, not just in screens, but to like build the complete experience out there. How would it actually feel apart from just how it looks? So like the goals of the app was to like build the screens in the Figma, keeping the experience in mind, and which includes everything like starting from research, IA, and also stuffs. All right. So I did like the end part was like to create a case study out of the app. So this is the thing. Right? So let me just follow. So like in the case study lesson which Abhinav gave us in the cohort one, the thing which keep in mind is like people generally don't read the complete the complete case study. They just skim it in an F-shaped pattern. So my main target while creating it was to like to keep in mind that while people skimming it, even they should not like miss out any information which I'm trying to convey to them. And that's it. Like I just moved ahead, like creating these big titles and the numbers. So for that purpose only. So how my approach was for this assignment was like there are simple 4-step plan which I tried out for this. Like not tried out, like I initially follow this every time I follow this. So initially I did a research like okay, let me sorry, I haven't mentioned what actually the assignment was. The assignment was to create an e-commerce app with complete experience in a particular niche. Like my niche was the niche that was assigned to me was cycling niche. So I have to build complete keeping like under cycling niche. There were other guys who were like who were given gardening as a niche, baking as a niche, but my part was cycling as a niche. So in the research part, I have to do competitive analysis, like how other e-commerce brands which are more focused towards sports, I have to do that. And then I did my planning, I did my information architecture, like how to like my information architecture, like how to like quickly portray the infrastructure of and infrastructure features and the hierarchy of the app, user flow, like how would the user move from the starting like downloading the app from the onboarding screen to completely like until the end, like where he or she orders something. So then I did my initial wireframes and my complete visual design after that. So I did my research in this a lot. Like I found certain like things which are different from like sports, which are different in sports e-commerce application than a generic e-commerce application. I have mentioned those here. Like the thing which I found is like in sports e-commerce application, they more in the product description things. They more on the like what is the height of the maybe the equipment which you are buying, how would like you can use it and other stuffs. Not a generic thing, it's different thing which I found. Then this is the user flow which I made. All right, then after that, this is the information architecture. I have categorized my complete app into some categories such as sign up, home page, shop, wishlist, bag, and product. And in that, I have mentioned down like what all things would I need to focus on while creating those categorized screens. Then I started with my initial wireframes. Like I made like Abhinav suggested me like to make wireframes over like in starting out to make it over pen and paper, because the best thing you can do is like you can iterate a lot over pen and paper. Like once you start designing on Figma, the high fidelity frames, I feel like I have put a lot of effort over there, and like it's like I shouldn't change these. I get biased a lot. But while you're doing wireframes on pen and paper, you can like completely change it whenever you feel like, or if you might have missed something. So then I jumped to my final design. Like I made a branding. I chose orange like because it's a sports brand and like under cycling niche. So I felt like this would like give a sportier look. So I have chosen Airbnb serial as the typeface just for this purpose. Like if it would ever get published, so this would not be the typeface, but just for more visually appealing thing, I just chose this. So first, this is the sign up page, the splash screen, the sign up page, and the login screen. Then comes the home screen, the offers page, sales page. Then the shop screen where the other categories are, the products in different categories, and how would you actually sort if you want to sort. Then there are like, if at all you do not know a particular thing, you just have viewed it, you do not know the particular name, or you don't know under what category it falls in, then you have a view all list. Then the wish list, like the empty state and the filled state of the wish list. Then comes bag like the empty state, then how if actually you are actually added things to your cart, and how like if you haven't entered any details, how would it look, and after entering details, how would it look, and the transitions as well, like how things would look when you are entering things, like such as adding new card, adding new addresses and everything. So these were things. Then comes the profile section, how your profile will look, and what are your orders under different categories as well, like is it delivered, processing, cancelled, something like that. And also the settings page, and in the end comes the product selection page. So in this, like as I was mentioning, two things to keep in mind is like what are the product specifications, like as this is a cycle which I have shown on the product section, like what is the height of the cycle, is it a carbon fiber cycle or not, or things like that. Then coming to the conclusion, like it was a great thing to like, the best thing about working in this assignment is like the continuous feedback which I needed at every point, in this, like in Figma, it's just whenever, okay, let me stop sharing my screen. Yeah, in Figma, every time you just tag Abhinav or Mayank out there, like whenever you feel like you're stuck or you might need a feedback, just tag them and put a comment, and like things would go like whenever they are free, they will feel free to like put on comments and like just work out. Thing is, they do not spoon feed out stuffs. It's just they give an actionable feedback which helped me a lot. They do not say like this is good or this is bad, you should do this or you shouldn't do this. So the best thing is like they give me a scenario like consider this, and how would you act on that. So that was the best thing. Like I need to like retrospect and think, okay, I am doing that wrong. If I would have been in this scenario, I would have done this in a different way. That was the best part. Not just like just spoon feeding things would have made it much easier, but it would not like enhance my skill. So ultimately that was the best thing which I learned from Cohort.
Nice,
Yeah.
man.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Great.
Cool, man. Anish.
So great having you, Anish. Awesome walkthrough as well. Let's
Yeah.
bring in our next designer in residence.
Yeah, man, Anish, thanks for sharing. We'll put a link to this case study if you want to go deeper, if you want to see more about it. You'll find it in the chat. I just shared it a little while back. You'll also find it in the description later. Okay, Anish, see you.
See you. Yeah.
Cool, man. Who do we have coming in next?
So
Mayank?
next we have Parth. Has he joined yet?
No.
Cool. So I've shared the link with invite to Parth. Parth will be joining us in a few seconds.
What's up?
Hey
man?
guys, what's up?
What's up, Parth?
Nothing, man.
Dude, you might have to mute your YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One second. Yeah, done.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
up, bro? I see the
Nothing.
designers.
Yeah, flex.
I should have gone actually, but I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, learning from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll share my screen. 1 second.
Cool.
Meanwhile, everyone can comment Parth OP in the chat. Let's hear it from everyone.
Yeah, can you see it? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, bro. Go for it.
Yeah. So like as Anish mentioned, we were divided into specific niches. So my niche was the hiking niche. So yeah, I named my brand Hiko Files. So basically, these are some screens on the top. So the project brief was to create a mobile e-commerce experience. So the user should be able to browse the catalog, find items they are looking for, and initiate a complete checkout. So basically, my process, like every design process, I started with some research. So first, I tried to understand what are the requirements to design an e-commerce app. What are the specific industry requirements? What all do I need to consider? I looked up some case studies on Medium, and then I started out with my research. So the main part of my research was actually finding out what all products should I be able to put up on the app. I divided them into 4 categories, mostly apparels, footwear, the gear and equipment, and the furniture. So these are the different equipments that will be included in each of them. And yeah, after that, I moved on to the information architecture. I had to plan out what all screens to include, what are the different things to include in each screen. So yeah, sorry, these are the, sorry, 1 second. Yeah, so these were the different types of screens, the user flow, how the user will flow from one screen to another, and what all are the main things we need inside each screen. So I listed them down. I created a map, something like a map. Then I moved on to the wireframes. So yeah, I did some paper wireframes. I did some wireframes on Figma, and it is very tempting to just move on to the visuals part after doing the information architecture, but you just end up on a blank canvas and you don't really know where to start, which color to use, what element to use. So that's why wireframes is a very important step here. So I did some wireframes. Then then I moved on to the final design. I split my design into 5 parts: the browsing experience, the search experience, the filter and sort experience, the product page, and the checkout. These are the main 5 things I considered during the design. The design of the e-commerce app. Yeah, so this is the browsing experience. So I've focused more on the visuals because most of the times the case study is just browsed through. So I've focused more on the design. The visuals part. So I've included the flows here. So this is the browsing flow. Here initially, 1 second, it will just load. Yeah, so this is the main screen here, the different categories, and then you move on to the actual categories, 4 categories. You can go into a particular category like apparels for men, and then you can see the products directly. Then the search experience. So the user should be able to, most of the users have a product in their mind which they want to buy. So you can directly search it from the search bar. So this was the thing. After that, it was the filter and sort. So you can sort them and then filter them according to your needs. So according to brands, the discounts available, the ratings and all. This is the product page. So the product page mostly consists of the product image. 1 second, it will load. So from here you go to the product page, the different images that are there for the product, the description, color, size, and then I've used a drop down to hide these product details and customer reviews, because I thought most of the times people don't really check it, but if they really want to do, they can use the drop down and check them. So this reduces the length of the page. This was the checkout experience. So I think checkout was the most what do you say, the most important part of the design, because most of the drop offs happened in the checkout. So the checkout is kind of the main thing. So this needs to be spot on. So I included the order summary. You can see what you have ordered, what is the order you've placed. You can actually make some changes in the order itself, like add the quantity, change the color. You get an intimation when it will be delivered. Then the payment options. So you can, all the options are available for you. And once you make the payment, there's a GIF. So it's like a delight for the user that he has completed the process. And yeah, I also designed the screens for the edge cases, like the notification window, like the product has been delivered, the product is back in stock. So yeah, the wish list, it will be shown like this. My cart when there are more than one objects. So it's kind of similar like the order summary. You can add or subtract the quantities. And here, like if you want to change or add a new address, this will be the screen for it. I've also included the entire prototype of my design in the case study itself. So yeah, this was like my first ever case study. So I think it was quite intimidating to cover the entire flow of the app, but then the results turned out quite nice, and I was quite happy with it.
Yeah. Nice. Awesome. Anything else you want to share, like about your experience while doing this? Because this was, as you mentioned, your first app ever.
Yeah. I think there were some cases like initially when we were in between the assignment, we had a great discussion about why the product cards don't have a add to cart option. And yeah, so like most of us were just like, we referred to some other app and they are not using it. So that was just blank, like very noob reasons. But then we eventually figured out what is the reason. So for different screens also, like every screen, you asked us questions like, why have you done this? You never told us that this should be done. You always asked us like, why was this? What was your thinking process? And then that really helped to retrospect afterwards. And now as we are doing the capstone project, it is way more easier to do it. So every time we question ourselves first, like, why am I doing this? What is the main reason? So that was quite interesting.
Nice.
And yeah, very insightful to learn.
Awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Cool, man. So Parth's case study, I've linked it in the chat. I'll also put it in the description.
Yeah.
Sharing Parth.
Yeah, man.
See you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, bro.
Nice, man. That was a nice one. Who do we have next, man?
We've got Salonee next. So Salonee will be joining us in a few seconds as well, guys. Till then, let's start commenting Salonee OP. Before anyone joins, we are going to be typing their name and OP.
Dude, I want to see some likes as well. So we have about 80 plus people watching right now. Only 30 something likes. So let's get that number up. Yeah.
Let's get the likes up. Let's type Salonee OP. And hopefully she'll be joining us in a few seconds.
Everybody else who's after Salonee, be ready. Be ready with your links. Okay, I think we can get started. Hey Salonee, what's up?
Hey, hi, excited to join this live session.
Yeah. How's it going? So you can maybe share your screen and we can sort of start, and you can maybe, as part of that, start talking about, your experience while designing this.
Yeah. So before joining 10K designers, right? So I would just start with that, like what was my experience a bit. So before joining 10K designers, I was pretty confused, like what is to be added, what is not to be added, and how to go about designing an app, and what are the processes and requirements, considerations which are made in the real world. I think after joining, like about the classes and even during the feedback sessions, right? Like you gave like insights at each step, like how to go about designing the app, like in the process. So I think that really helped me understand how it's done in the real world. So that really helped me apply each of those things while designing it. So this case study was actually the first design challenge, and it was the first ever app like others. This was the first app which I had designed. So yeah, so I'll just start with the case study explanation.
Salonee, have you
I hope
shared
my
your
screen
screen?
is visible. Okay, just a second. Yeah, is screen visible?
Yeah, you can switch to your case study.
Yeah, so this was the first app that I designed. So the challenge was to use the live medium to solve a problem which one can see in the current scenario, right? Especially COVID situation. So how can you use the live medium to solve any particular problem? So that was the problem statement for this challenge. And so for this challenge, I noticed during the COVID situation, everyone was obviously locked at homes and there was no way to kind of entertain themselves or learn skills or something like that. So I also noticing that a lot of skill-based trainers like yoga teachers, dance teachers, etc. They used to continuously, promote their content, promote their classes on Instagram or WhatsApp, etc. And it was such that they had to solve doubts of each and every interested member of the community of their community. So they had to individually connect to each of them. Like there was no one platform for them to solve. To connect to them and provide them the details of the classes which they are conducting. So that was a problem which I had noticed. So I first started with the researching part for the problem. And after researching about the problem, I started with the competitive analysis, which was based on certain criterias, I analyzed apps which are similar in line to the problem. So I analyzed apps like Skillshare, Udemy, CureFit, which CureFit particularly uses the live medium to conduct fitness-based classes. So this was skill-based. My assignment was skill-based, and this was fitness-based. So it did have a similarity in terms of the analysis. And Skillshare and Udemy were other course-based classes which are there. So I identified them based on criteria like onboarding, features, strengths, weaknesses. So this really helped me the intuition part, right, of design which you can develop. As Abhinav always says that you should identify existing solutions first before coming up with your own ideas. Just build your design intuition. It's important to have a competitive analysis as well. So that was the first step I did after the research part. And then again, as I mentioned before, this was some of the screenshots of the problem which I was noticing at that point. Even now, during the lockdown, the problem is still continued. That these content creators had to publicize their classes on Instagram, on WhatsApp. There was no one platform, as I said, and they had to individually send Zoom links and payment links to people. So I wanted to create that one platform where all these creators and trainers can come and conduct classes. So after the research and the competitive analysis part, I just defined and narrowed down on the main primary users. So based on the research, I wrote the key problems that I want to solve. So that was the HMW questions, which was basically how can I create a engaging experience, engaging live learning experience, and also flexible around the schedule, right? So those were some key questions that I identified from my research, like the concept of the funnel model. I think in masses Abhinav had shared that from the research part, which is the highest level of the funnel, you have to narrow down as you go from one process to the next. So this was kind of the next step in the funnel of the process that I followed. So then I defined the goals. Clearly, I made a map, like a business roadmap for the app that I'm designing. So, think like a product designer, it's very important to not only focus on the very screens which you're designing, but also think of the product overall. So, this map was one of the requirements of the problem statement of the challenge, and the map of how will you acquire users, how will you activate them, and how will you retain them, and the pricing model. So this entire roadmap I had to figure out and think. So this really pushed me to think in terms of a product and how an app is more than just the screens. It is a business. So I had to push myself to think in those directions as well. So this really helped expand my design thinking. Then again, I ideated ideas to narrow down the features, particular features that I would come up for the app, because this the previous processes was ideas, research, and brainstorming. So this was the key features that I will include in the app: the user maps, the low fidelity diagrams. So this was step. The next, again, I made quite a few iterations, and in the iterations, again, I took feedback from Abhinav. I had also taken feedback from Chetan as well, and that way I kind of did quite a lot of iterations for this particular assignment. And then for the design execution part, again, I for the onboarding, I wanted to highlight the key features which the app is focusing on, right? So that was the main part of the onboarding screens, highlighting the features and making it bringing an interest element for the users. So that was the onboarding screens. Then for the home screen, again, I wanted to highlight the live classes, the main live classes based on the interest that the user would select. They would be having some recommendations on their screen, and they would also be notified the existing ongoing live classes which are going on currently. And another important thing which Abhinav had emphasized was to articulate your thoughts. Whatever decisions you take while designing a screen, it is very important for you to be able to articulate it, to explain it, that why you took a certain decision at certain point in designing it. So I kept that in mind and highlighted some key points which I kept in mind while designing, and that really helped justify my design decisions. So this was the home screen. Then again, once the user clicks on the class card, the user can then land on the detailed page of the class. So again, I wanted to keep the UI as easy to understand as possible for. Again, empathy was something I was again keeping in mind, to keep it as clear and easy for the user to join the class. Then after that, for the live learning experience, I wanted to again make it engaging, and for the user, I introduced a feature in which the users can interact with each other and the trainer during the live class, and they can share their progress as well, because this is going to be a class based on skills and hobbies, right? So if the class is offered a drawing or art class or cooking class, so they can share their progress as they go about the class. So that was another engaging feature that I wanted. And after class, again, I wanted them to have a feedback of that how much I have covered. So that was again another feature that I included. Then for the up for challenge feature, then I wanted to have a feature such that they are continuously motivated to up their skills as they go about the class. So this feature was that the trainer can introduce a small challenge for 3 or 4 days, and they can again share their progress with the other participants of the class. So that creates an engaging and community feeling for the trainer student, and it makes the entire experience more engaging. So that was the solution that I had come up with for the challenge. And I think such a app, if it was existing currently, it would have really solved the problem of like people being bored at home or something like that. They would have actually uh, learned new skills and developed new hobbies, right? As they are at home right now during the COVID situation, entire world the situation is there, so obviously they could have it would have been a very engaging experience while learning new skills. So I think I'm grateful for this challenge and feedback that I received. Yeah.
That's a nice walkthrough, and also Chetan also commented that the feedback, the implementation that you've done after the feedback as well is like really impressive. Good stuff, Salonee.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
I think that's great.
I'm really grateful to 10K designers and for this challenge, through which I could actually make my first ever app. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Thanks for sharing, Salonee. See you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Bye bye. All right, Mayank, we're about halfway through.
And we've got, I think we've got 3 more designers. Like we're
Yeah.
halfway through, and we are halfway done with our cohort members for today.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's keep going.
Let's join. Let's do this. The next person joining us is Abhishek. So, Abhishek, join. All those who are watching this, you know the drill. You know what to type. Let's do it.
Abhishek, where are you, bro? Yo, what's up, man?
Hey,
Yo, what's up?
Abhishek? How's it going?
Nice.
hey,
I like how everyone's
Yeah,
owning it and
You know me,
flexing
right?
their 10K t-shirt.
Yeah, dude.
Flex this. Yeah, you know this.
Yeah. Cool, bro. Let's share the screen and let's start with your case study walkthrough.
Yep. You can see my screen, right?
It's probably loading. Give it a sec. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to- It's working, right? Cool. So,
Yeah, bro. Let's
I'll
get
straight away
started.
go into my case study here. Yes. So, this is my first case study. So, I'm a little bit overwhelmed, and this is the first time I'm on live. The problem statement is design an app for cycling leash. So, I have to engage. So, this is my first. Here comes the banner, and where user can join. Pretty much my case study is all narrative. It's not like point wise. So it also an inspiration. So I've seen looking into Abhinav's Twitter, and luckily I got into this 10K designers, and pretty much everything happened. And I started working on this assignment, and this is how I researched on this. And so this is how I researched. I had a Notion doc. I pretty much put all my stuff there on the research part, and then I started working on the mood board. So as the design process has the steps, like you have to research and you have to work. So I want to choose the colors and font first, and this is how it helped. It actually helped me to get into my colors, choosing my colors. So I gathered everything here, and I saw yellow and black are pretty much nice for my setting stuff. So finally ended up using this black and yellow color, and I don't want to use the more black because it has more of a more darker feel that that is not appealing for me. And so this is my again Figma file research page, and this is my workspace. I'll straight away go. Like I said, this is all narrative, so I'll just jump into my reference here. Yeah, and I'm a very lazy guy. I couldn't do it in a Figma of low fidelity, so I started taking a pen and paper and doing all the wireframes over here. So it consists of 21 screens, and I have a whiteboard, and I start linking each one to another. And I've much covered the edge cases here. I started working on this for 3 days. I did the whole research part, and whenever I felt I'm very confident on this, so I jumped back into Figma. So again, I jotted down the categories. So if you see the categories over here, the cycling part, whenever a person comes on the cycling app, the first thing they want to look into is the cycles. So I chose the cycles as the first filter here in the categories. And the second thing, people only want to look into the cycles, but they want to buy the accessories first. So the second one would be the accessories. So it's actually interesting part when I've done this research. So they don't want cycles, they want to look into the cycles, but accessories are pretty much cheap, so they want to buy the accessories. So I covered the first two. I put the first 2 places for cyclings and accessories, and I already I also checked these clothing wearables should be a separate category because I want to make a visual separation for clear visual separation, so that it will be very nice and even helpful for them to click on, go to it and check whatever they want. And this is where the actual visual screen looks like for the categories. And what happened, I chose my colors. I started using one particular typeface, which eventually had a show for me. So after my first review, I found like the font I used is a Japanese font, so I shouldn't be using it because it has this indentation different, and it's completely not proper. So I screwed up all my indentation across the whole app. So after my first review, I have to go back to starting and change all the fonts, all the indentations. I have to take care of, and you can see how many here. And this is the font I used, and I have to go back again, revert it back, and finally it's a visual part. It's very interesting when I completed my IA part and wireframes, because it only left me with the visuals, and my strongest suit is visuals. I'll make them appealing visual pages. So here comes the home and category page. So you can see here, this is for here, and my for home page is what it consists of the categories, and here comes the best deals. These are the offers and the pages, and next it comes to all the seasonal variables. These are all the things that are present in this particular app, and each items over here, it's separated with the items. The homepage is where the user want to time pass a lot. So the more you put the categories, the more you can fit. The customer can filter out their ideas whenever they're going down. So after my research, I felt the homepage should be a little longer. This is not my first iteration. This is my 5th iteration for the homepage. After my constant review, I ended up using this one. My first page pretty sucks. It doesn't have anything. It just has one page. And then it comes to the feed and post, and I found I have to retail this using my app. And how do I do this? I want to engage customers talking with each other. So this helped me to solve this problem. There is a categories page here. What it actually does is you can actually post your images. You can put your you can share your views over here. So it scrolls this way, and whenever the customer want to check this photo, then it shows all the information of this user, and you can pretty much comment and share it on the social media. You can like it. So this helped me to solve this problem of communication. So it retained the customer. It will retain the customers back into the app. They come not just for shopping, but they can actually use this for as a social media account. So this one, and when it comes to the product page, so there are two pages. The user want to go deep in the product page and the detailed product pages. So this is the product page where you have the minimal data of each product, and you can wishlist it. You can then go to back, and whenever you want to see the detailed page, it comes here with all the necessary information of the color, size, and if there are any other cyclists that are another categories that are present, all see here, and reviews, and also the comments and sessions. You can share this, and it has this, and then it comes for this part. So these are all the screens: the share, filter out, sorting, loading. This is the load button, and it is a small icon over here. It loads like this, and there's a size. These are all the overlays that comes on the screen. So this is this, and I use this search option when there are 2 points to cover. So one is you type something, the customer types something, and the products are available, and when the products are not available. When the products are not available, so you'll have 3 which says it doesn't belong here, and whenever you type for something else, the cities which are present will be popped up here, and it also shows relevant stuff, relevant data here. You can see it start loading again. You can see these are the products. So relevant products. This helps you, the customer. This basically reduces the intuitive load on the customer. They can, if they don't have any idea what to buy, they simply go for it, and it filters it out and shows you what you're typing. So you can pretty much use this. It directly goes to the products page, and then it comes over the checkout. So this page will be very much fast, crisp, and with minimal of information. And you can see here there is a visual separation. So this actually turns to bold, and there is an yellow line over here, which again reduces the intuitive load per user. It can the user can track where exactly the page. Let me load it back again. So here, so these are all the products, and these are the product details. And where you are in the bag right now, you can cancel all your if you don't want a product, and you can go further. When there is no address, you can add the address. There is an address over here. Then you have these very cool cards that are already in the default, and here you'll get an OTP. And if the transaction fails, it covers this part. If the transaction is good, then it's done. And finally, the successful and failed transaction pages are like something like this. It shows the information if it is success and it has a transaction ID. Yeah, and this is pretty much my case study. That's it.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Yeah.
And this was your first app as well, right? Or
Yes.
No, not really.
No, this is my first app. Like completely first.
Mm.
And there's been a huge overwhelming experience, because I have to complete this in 2 weeks, which eventually I didn't.
Yeah.
But constant reviews.
It can get tough, like doing it along with your work and everything. But yeah, you managed to pull that off really well. Yeah.
Exactly. But constant reviews. So you both did the sugarcoating on your reviews. It actually helped me a lot, because I pushed myself working on this. Yeah, it was a great experience. I'm really happy for this.
Awesome, man. Thanks for coming on.
Awesome.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Cool. So next we've got Kartikay.
So
has he joined yet, or he'll be joining in a few seconds?
Yeah, Kartikay, come on in, bro. Let's go for it.
Okay, someone's already started. Kartikay OP. Awesome. I didn't need to say it this time.
Nice.
Cool. Great, guys. Meanwhile, Kartikay, join in. So we've got Kartikay and Yash after this, and that will bring us to the completion of today's case study showcase.
Yeah. I can't see the chats anymore, dude. Unfortunately, I
Damn.
don't know why.
Yeah, bro. Everyone's doing Kartikay and Yash OP. So join us, Kartikay. In case Kartikay doesn't join soon, we'll ask Yash.
Yeah. Cool, man. You want to ping Yash anyways while we're waiting?
Kartikay is responding. So he's saying he's not able to join Abhinav. Is there any issue?
Let's start with Yash.
Cool.
Meanwhile, we can get on chat and we can resolve it with him.
Sure. Yash, why don't you join us?
Yeah, man. I feel like this is a very interesting format. Like,
Yeah.
like this actually gives me some ideas for a few more things we can do. Because this is like personally, I think it's really fun to sort of see different people on the screen, different conversations, all of the, the production. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, what's good is that what's kind of surprising as well is that somehow this was working in sync, at least so far. So this is something which we can keep in mind if more coordinated as well.
Yeah. What's up, Yash? How are you?
Hey, hi man.
Hey man, what's up?
Cool. You want to screen share and we can just jump into it?
It is disabled for me. Share
Click.
screen. Okay. Is it visible?
Seems to be coming up. Yeah. Are you sharing? Can you see it?
Yeah. I think now it is.
Cool, man. Let's get started.
Okay, so yeah, so as you know, this was our third assignment for the 10K designers inaugural cohort, and my niche was hiking, and I named my app as a hiker an e-commerce app. So this is a case study for my. So the problem statement for mine was we have to design an e-commerce app where we can browse the items, find the items which we're looking at, then initiate checkout and complete the purchase. Then the preparation what I did as we were going through our lessons and all. So this is the design funnel as we know taught us that in starting of any designing process we have many ideas in our mind. So at that time, so as you can see the funnel goes narrows it down once it goes downwards. So I followed this process, but as we know that designing is an iterative process. You can iterate. Means it isn't like building a bridge. Once it's built, it's done. But in designing a software or something, an app or something, you can iterate again. So this is the product design iterative process which I followed. Then while coming back, the objectives I made of myself was these were my objectives like clear ways of locating specific products, ability to support a single page product. Then the main thing was checkout process, right? Because that was the end process. Then coming to design process, I followed this site so that to understand the mental models of the hikers. So as we know that designers are like actors. Before getting ready for any role, we have to get adapt to what the users of our apps or softwares are. So the key insights after referring the sites were that I came to know about different types of hikes, then different types of categories, then what are the products, what are the currently trending products in the market, then which are the best places in India and even worldwide for hiking. Even while going through this website, I got inspiration from my logo also. Then some of the e-commerce app which I visited were Flipkart, Amazon, Rent. rent with Decathlon and all. And guys, yeah, those who are learning or just starting into design, while doing your research stuff, you will need some screenshots of the apps which you are for what you are doing research. So just check out Mopin and UI sources. They are really helpful. Then why this research was necessary? Because research is the first part of your design process, and you don't want to mess up. So for that reason, you need to do research. Then information architecture. For information architecture is like a blueprint. You can design your user flow, and you also know what is the metadata which has to be shown at each and every step, so that it will be helpful in your wireframing and all steps. And even now, our assignment was of 2 weeks, so it helped me to prioritize what are the things which I need to include in the app. Coming to the wireframe, I started with my low fidelity wireframe. This is a screenshot of that. Then for high fidelity wireframe, I did some iteration as there is saying that even the best is design a proper app in the first iteration. You need to perform an iterations. This is the iteration for my walkthrough screen. Then this is the home screen. So you can see the vast difference between my iteration 1 and iteration 2. I just did due to time constraint, I was possible did some only 2 iterations. This is my product details and checkout page. So yeah, some of the logos. So as I told earlier that I got inspiration from my logo also. So these were the things. I knew what I wanted to include here, but iteration helped me that which one look perfect right now at the app. Now going to the visual design, these are some design decisions I made, like why the search bar at the top, then why the image carousel was here, value propositions, that why should people buy from my app. So these are the reason, like fast delivery, easy returns, quality assured, then bestsellers and trending offers, so that I can I can get a maximum ratio from this. Then predictive search and grid view. So for grid view, I will explain that there are two you can list and but a grid view helps us primarily on an e-commerce app. You need images to showcase so that the people can relate to the product, that yeah, I want to buy this. So for that reason I use grid view. So this is the prototype of my app. So as you can see, you can browse the product from here. Then I even designed the categories. So these were the all categories here. Then I even designed the subcategories. This is the product. Then yeah, even the search filter, as I said, that the predictive search, shoes for men, shoes for women, shoes in footwear. This, then even I designed the sort functionality for this. Filters option, I added some filter options so you can check out that which brands you want. Then this is the product details page. This is the basic things which we add, but the main thing I worked on was ratings and reviews, because that can be used to assess quality. Obviously, when we are buying, you check out first thing is that how much is the rating and review, what is the ratings and what is the reviews from different users. Then checkout process. So now checkout process, the main research I did was about the breadcrumb, what the breadcrumb is. So breadcrumb, now as a user, we know that frequent user will know that at what step we are. We know that we need to add shipping address, payments, and then I have to complete it. But the new users is not sure that at what step is. So for that, breadcrumb is really useful. Then for payment also, that means we can give as many payment options as we want. But I just keep it simple and gave it UPI and debit card option. And for UPI also, I just thought that some recognizable third parties such as PhonePe and Google Pay will be great. And this, these two screens are important. Now, yesterday only I was doing transaction, and after doing the transaction, I just redirected to the home page. So I was like, did my transaction was successful or not? So the purchase confirmation and order summary help in that situation. The anxiety and the user will know, anxiety will reduce, and the user will also know where he is in the process right now. So now coming to the onboarding, I even designed some additional screen. This is my onboarding screens. Uh, this has a login screen, so I login and sign up screen, forward password, and even some of the cases I designed were like if you search something like your spelling correct, then what should be displayed. Then if you don't have anything in the cart or wish list, and if you want to remove from anything from the wish. So coming to the key takeaways from this assignment were like, why the third point is really important. Why means even if you want to design one normal icon, or even if you want to like give a copywriting, but you should know that why you are doing this thing. And even the research, as I said, means I will the main key takeaways was take feedback. Let it be from your colleague, let it be from a member, or any. If you are doing self learning, then there are many designers out there, like, so you can ping anyone. He will be always ready to help you. So take feedback, otherwise it will be like you are doing the whole product, and at the end it will be a mess for that. So yeah, so I will like to conclude it like this was my first attempt on app, and even I'm doing this case study was my first attempt, so it was pretty challenging and a whole new experience for me.
Nice, man. Also, for those who don't know, Yash, you were hesitant actually in writing your case study
Yeah,
and getting published.
yeah,
So I'm glad you did that. I'm pretty sure that would have
yeah,
given you a really good confidence booster as well.
yeah, man, yeah.
Cool, man.
Awesome,
Okay,
Yash. Thanks for sharing, bro.
okay, thank you.
So, Abhinav, I think we've got Kartikay already.
Here we
Hey,
go.
man, what's
Kartikay,
up?
what's up, man?
Hey Mayank, hey Abhinav. Sorry for joining late, man.
You have a lot of fans in chat who've been waiting to see your case study.
Yeah. So yeah. Should I
Awesome,
share
man.
my
Go
screen?
ahead. Yeah, let's get started.
So yeah, my case study is visible.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So this is my first ever case study I wrote. So the thing I okay, so it was for the conceptual project Abhinav gave us for the gardening niche. So yeah, so the problem statement was to design an e-commerce inculcated with a community feature for the gardeners or for the people who love gardening. So these are the deliverables. This is my role and about the company Roots. Roots is the name given by me only. So for research, what I did was, so the problem statements in the problem statement was very clear. Like you have to develop an e-commerce app with a community feature. So I looked upon the best practices going on. So I went to like UI sources and Mobin, and here I would have found like these are the e-commerce app and also not e-commerce apps, which I found like really interesting. So what I do as a process is like I used to skim what's in the app, make a tag out of it. So these are the tags I made. So that later, if I go back to the research part, I could easily find like what I found best in this. And proceeding, I have my information architecture. So this is the user journey. Information architecture like you really helps you to skim the process, like how you want the user to process the journey. So this is the uh, user journey map, and with user journey map, I've also designed this app structure. So this is the orange cards which are seeing is the broad categorization of the app. Like this is onboarding, shop, filters, product description, and checkout. And under these broad categorization, I have done some subcategories. So what actual things should be included in the app? And so for categories, I have made another two cards which further required some filters so that it to go through the process. Moving further, like the next step after the information architecture is wireframing. So it's best for wireframes. That's what Abhinav taught me. Like it's super useful. It saves the money, costs, everything. So I might not end up using these wireframes actually because a lot goes after you convert it into the high fidelity. So these are kind of low fidelity wireframes. After that, like I switched to high fidelity wireframes. And yeah, I have tried different checkout payments, different iterations and all. Not included everything, but yeah, majorly I've included what's best. So coming back to the visual things. So it's pretty much important like what you want the user to see on the screen. So these are so first and foremost thing like what should you include on the bottom navigation bar. So I came with like 4 bottom navigation bar which I want to promote, like which I want the user to check out in the very first step. So including community feature is a way to promote the new community feature which the company wants. And so for that I have to design a whole new set of design feed. So during the community feed, here it go. So I came up with the 4 features that will help me to achieve the goal and design the system for. So I included a chat option, a feed option where you can showcase your garden pictures and all, a place where you can sell your things, anything you grow, whole equipment or want, and obviously you can invite anybody. By this community feature, you can actually organize meetups. So with the invite feature, you can actually send invites to all the community members. So yeah. So to make it more good or amazing experience for the community members, I have included it in the screen as you can see. So these maps have some map markers which shows community members, and while hovering over there, you can see the names and the location of the member. Also, this will be the community screen when you have not joined. It will list out every perks of the community, being part of the community, the basic plan and subscription. You can buy it from here. And if you are a part of community, you will see this screen. By default, this screen will come up, the cards, what happened just in the community. And if you swipe up, you will see these 4 CTS. These CTS will help you to navigate to the different screens. So I sort of use this visual storytelling thing, which helps the non-designers or whoever is reading skim up the process and get the better understanding of what I actually did in my project. Now comes the another part, like introducing incentives. So incentives are what keeps the user binded to your app. Yeah, so by that thought, I introduce roots reward points. So how it works. So whenever a user purchases anything, he or will get some root points, like let's say 10% or 20% of their total purchase. And also, if you are a community member, so if you say, put something for sale, you will get some root points. So here comes the win-win situation. Like you are getting some money or some sort of credit for putting things for sale. So it will promote the community thing. Now coming up to the this is the checkout flow. So I've included the various wallets, credit and debit cards, UPI and all. So if you want to add a new card, so it will direct you to another screen. This is the inactive payment state so that the user don't confuse like without adding how can I pay. And once you have done the payment, this sort of screen will show up and a scratch card. The scratch card will like on scratching you'll get some root points and all. So yeah, and here's the once you have got this once you have scratched, so you will get some root points and this will confetti to give a delight experience to the user. Now going back to the onboarding experience. So here come onboarding experience. So this is a splash screen. Now I have introduced a 4-slide brief of the app. Now why I did this? To let the new user whenever he onboards to get the brief of the app, like what the app is all about, instead of like just telling them to enter the app and explore themselves. So it'll let the user know what actually the app is about, like join the community. Here you have self feature and all. Now create account, login and profile. So while designing create account screen, I was pretty much confused. Like should I increase put email address and phone number both, eliminate one thing? But I ended both, and like here's the reason why. Because like many a times you have to communicate some things which can be done over email only, and some things which can be done over phone number only. And now currently the phone numbers are given. Using phone number as a medium to send messages is very prominent. Is very trending or say prominent because like it's more likely to be read by the user because most of the time email it goes to the spam and not everyone opens the email so frequently. So yeah, so on the profile, once you are done with the create account or login, you will go to your profile. It will show up your profile section, and what it includes, it's a root point, save addressing, what it should be there. And yeah, I have also included a track order feature, so you don't have to go to a third party app, or you'll get a tracking ID and then move to another app and juggling to find where my order is. So it will show a nice timeline when you'll reach your order. This is the flow: create account, login, the OTP, verify. And again, this is the profile section. It has the logout CD if you want to log out. Again, we come to the product description or the product listing. So I'll directly jump to the visuals. So yeah, this is the screen. It'll show, this is the home screen. So it show the address on the top. So change your address anytime if you want to change. Address on the top, different categories you can switch to, and this will be the top search products. And once you have tabbed on like particular category, it will direct it to this page. This will be the listing of all the products, and here's the filters. Like if you want to filter it based on the delivery or reviews, this is the filter screen. This is the product description. It includes like the testimonial descriptions. Also, you can compare the different similar product over here. This is a cart, and once you have done like page and all, you will be able to check out. And yeah, this is the order screen. This is another screen which you can access from here. So in this screen, you can go and easily claim your route points, the incentive thing, and also you can repeat the same order so that you don't have to go back and find the same product and order it again. You can simply do it from here. Now comes to the log. This is the sort of my part. Now this is the color wheel and the typeface. So how I made this color wheel. So it's just the Abhinav tips he gave me. So first, like I chose a brand color, this green, and after that I chose a contrasting color. And once I have both this color, like skip and then using the same hue and changing the saturation and all, you have to find a darker color and a lighter gray color to sort of experience to use it in your app. Also, I made the logo for the company. So the word was me using this word roots is very like to give a feel of indigenous, and yeah, sort of includes the Hindi letter R to make it more relatable. Yeah, this is about any other map mark. This is the Figma link if anyone of you have to check out the process. And yeah, the major takeaway is what, like you have to follow a funnel process, or maybe say an inverted pyramid. Like in the beginning of the process, you have a lot of research, and as you go down, you have to skim the process. You have to skim the information you have, and finally give a good, understandable product to the company so that it has a good user experience. And like wireframing is the best thing one should do before user. Yeah, that's it for my.
Nice, man. So a good walkthrough as well. This was the first case study as well, right?
Yeah, this was my first ever case study. Like I was very nervous what to do.
Yeah, man. Great. And you have a lot of fans joining in as well. So it was good to see the support. We have Shubham, we have Pratik, we have a bunch of
those are my roommates actually.
yeah.
So yeah.
Cool, man. Awesome. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for showing your process.
Yeah, thanks for letting me in the Whiteboard FM lab. Thanks, man.
Yeah, man. Bye-bye. Okay, Mayank. That was a nice session, dude.
Yeah, bro. Like we got like 6 case studies done or walkthroughs done by the writers themselves, and within a pretty good amount of time.
Yeah. And I think what's interesting is, people are seeing this, but this is just it's almost like a small fraction of the total cohort. We just showed 6, which is like 1/5 of the overall thing.
Exactly.
So we can possibly do a part 2 to this as well. I don't know if we do it next week or not. But to everybody who's a part of cohort 1 who is still sort of refining your case study, get ready. You can come on board when we do the part 2. To everybody who's watching, let me know in your comment what you thought about this session, whether we should do more like this. In fact, this gives me an idea for a few more sessions we can do, which is not necessarily just case study reviews, but we can probably do a bunch of discussions with cohort members, like cohort 1, cohort 2. Yeah.
For sure, this does open up a lot of opportunities. And also, I want to know, after the live gets over, from all the viewers who are watching, comment after the live is over, what was the
Well,
best
live is
part?
over, bro. Right now. Just do it
Okay,
right now.
right now, like do it right now. What is the best part of the live? And what are your favorite learnings, and what are you looking forward to more about knowing from our cohort members?
Definitely. I feel like it's almost like this whiteboard live somehow now has become sort of like the main form of communication where we share all of the things that we're doing internally, but now external as well.
Right.
And, we're totally open. We're totally open to sharing what exactly you want to know. Because, I mean, one of the tricky parts, right? Like as I was wrapping up the cohort one, I was going through all the stuff we did. We have something close to about 60 hours of content overall, right? So it's a crazy amount. And of course, it's not possible to put all of that out here, but there are definitely highlights. And these highlights, as part of cohort one, we didn't really share too much since it was all experimental, still figuring out. Yeah.
We can definitely do that. Cool, man. So it was great having you guys. This brings us to the end of our live. Hit the like and subscribe button. Also, let's change things up a bit. Apart from being active on Instagram and YouTube, I want you guys to share this video on LinkedIn and increase the reach out of it. Like, make sure you share your favorite learnings. You share whose case study you like the most. What are your expectations? And I saw a few comments about those asking in terms of how can they join the next cohort. It's simple. You have to go to 10kdesigners.com and you have to apply there. We're almost, what do you say, Abhinav? How far are we in terms of the applications?
I would say if you're thinking about applying now, it's actually too late.
Okay.
Which is, it's all done. I mean, officially, I haven't closed submissions. It's still open. But yeah, it is a little too late because it starts like on Monday or Tuesday.
Right. Cool, guys. So for those who still want to know more about it, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe to this video, to our channel, and also share this on LinkedIn. We want to see more reaches. Based on how much you share, we will decide what more to share with you guys about our progress with the 10K Designers program.
LinkedIn is cool, man. I think personally, I feel like we do so much on Instagram. We've done almost close to zero on LinkedIn.
Right.
Yeah, that is something we should start doing. I want to see all of you on LinkedIn. I want to see you posting. Okay, that's about it. See you in the next session, which will be on Thursday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.